Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be looking into the JonBenet Ramsey ransom note, as well as I'm going to be looking into this new possible suspect that has come out of the woodwork named Gary Oliva or Oliva. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And I had just finished reading this John Douglas book called The Cases That Haunt Us, and it's about a bunch of notorious true crime cases that have happened over the last 100 years that have never really been solved. The JonBenet Ramsey case was one of them. So it got me thinking, I haven't heard anything about this case in a really long time. I haven't, I'm looking for cases to use my new deck with, and I thought this would be a good one. So that is what I'm doing. I have the ransom note up here on my other phone. I'm going to be reading from it while I pull cards. And sorry, I had to put it back to the page. Pull cards from this deck as well as tarot for clarifiers if I need to. So that is what I'm going to do. Before I get started, I just want to say that this is my opinion. Everything in this video is my opinion based on what the cards are telling me. This is no way factual. In terms of like evidence, or it's just an energy reading based on the ransom note and this new suspect, Gary Oliva or Oliva. So I'm going to say it one more time. This is all my opinion. It's not factual. It's based on the energy I get from the cards. So now that that is straight, I'm just going to say my attunement prayer and we'll get started. I graciously call upon my guardian angels, spirit guides, ascended masters, ancestors, and loved ones on the other side. I humbly ask you to assist me with the knowledge and answers I seek in this reading with the highest vibrational frequency as possible. I'm forever grateful for the gift of intuition that has been bestowed on me and intend to use this gift for the highest good, healing, and to bring myself and others peace. Thank you for being by my side for this reading, Adane. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to read a portion of the letter and then pull cards. This deck that I'm using is a True Crime Oracle deck. And it is a large deck, so I'm going to be bouncing between halves. I got to split it in two. Okay. Listen carefully. Making a deal. We are a group of individuals that represent a small foreign faction. We respect your business, but not the country that it serves. At this time, we have your daughter in our possession. Justice Karma. She is safe. Okay, so we've got fake death, new life, male, and rival competition. I gotta find my place again, I'm sorry. She is safe and unharmed, and if you want to see 1997, you must follow our instructions to the letter. Okay, let's go to the other side. Actually, that's the end of the paragraph, so I'll just read these cards first, and then I'll continue. Okay. So right away, this is totally just describing the ransom note, okay? So it's a confession making a deal. Listen carefully. Let's create a negotiation. Justice and karma. If you want justice for your daughter, if you want her back, do what we're asking. At this time, we have your daughter in our possession. This is telling me that it's a lie. I mean, like, okay, so I'm not taking this card as a literally faked death card. I'm taking this as the daughter is dead and we're lying about it. Male. That's pretty self-explanatory about, like, the person, the energy behind this letter is a male energy. I know that back in the day, they, everybody was comparing the writing to Patsy's writing. Well, no, the writing behind this is absolutely male. And they're trying to make it seem that this is a rival business dealing that has to do with Mr. Ramsey. Okay, let's start with the other side of the deck, and we'll go with the next paragraph. You will withdraw $18,000. Social media, upright. Now, social media, I know, wasn't exactly around in 1997. But $118,000 was the exact amount of Mr. Ramsey's Christmas bonus that year. And this happened on December 26th, Boxing Day. So, or sorry, it happened on, it happened on the Christmas Eve night, or Christmas Day Eve. So the 25th at night. Social media. So it's like, this is making me feel that, like, there was, like, in the social circle, there was talk about perhaps Mr. Ramsey's Christmas bonus. Maybe there was a letter congratulating him on the bonus, or something that was around the house that this intruder, this male energy, saw or he knew about. So he's getting information, which would be the media part, from social aspects. So whether it's a letter from one of Mr. Ramsey's, like, business partners, or whether it was overheard in conversation, that's what this card is telling me. Okay. From the amount, $100,000 will be, you will withdraw. And then I got acting drama card. So it's not real. And then a bunch of cards came out. What the hell? Hang on. What is going on here? Okay. We got trash. False flag event. Terrorism. And that's exactly what this note did. It was not real, because she was never kidnapped in the first place. She was in the basement the entire time, deceased. And this just inflicts a ton of terror on the family. I don't know, you know, that was the only intent for this letter, really, was for terrorism. And a big, big lie. Okay, make sure that you bring an adequate size attaché. Mental health. To the bank. When you get home, you will put the money in a brown paper bag. Yeah, and their mental health was to preserve whatever, because at this point, the family's believing the letter, right? So at this point, the mental health is, okay, I'm just frozen. I'll do whatever to preserve the life of my daughter. Okay, whatever. I'll do whatever you want. Let's get this going. We've got embezzlement, but this is in reverse. So they had the money. They didn't need to do anything weird to get the money. They had the money. Yeah, they had the money. Okay. I will call you between 8 and 10 a.m. Drugs and poison in reverse. I know that they didn't, I don't know what that could mean, because I don't think they found anything weird, toxicology speaking. However, GHB is something that a lot of autopsies do not test for. If they test for it, it needs to be something that is an extra test, and which therefore is extra money. So it's not on your standard toxicology screening when they do an autopsy. That's what I read. So if they don't suspect like there would be any reason to test for it, they won't test for it. And it's also one of those drugs that dissipates from the body very, very quickly after death. And the body, in fact, makes natural traces of it after death. So if there is small amounts, it's usually that's what the body makes. So even if it does come up, a lot of the times they don't really think that it's nefarious, because, like I said, the body creates it anyway. So I'm just wondering if there was an element of drugging her, because how else would you be able to do that to that little girl and not have her scream and fight back and wake her family up? Okay, you know, so a lot of this letter I'm noticing is just a bunch of crap. And I don't want to waste your time or my time. So this is pretty self-explanatory that we know the letter is not true. None of it is true. But I'm really curious about who wrote it and who did that to that little girl. That's what I want to know. So, I'm going to exercise this other part of the deck, and we're going to look into the energy of Gary Oliva. Okay. Give me 2 cards on the energy of the person that wrote this letter. 2 cards. 2 cards on... Oh. Okay, so I got natural causes in reverse. So it was not an accident or natural. Work. I don't know. Hang on, I gotta go let my dog out. Come on, Stella, outside. Sorry about that. Organized crime. Well, it was definitely an organized crime. It was very premeditated. Organized in the sense that he knew exactly what he wanted to do that night. And yeah, going into that house, he knew what was going to happen. And he was never caught. He's in jail now on child pornography charges. Once all of this evidence, so over the years, how he became on the radar was he was mailing weird stuff like collages, letters, pieces of hair, cassette tapes to his old school friend named Mike Vale. And he even confessed to him over the phone on December 26th when this happened. Mike Vale went to the authorities. His tips got lost in the woodwork. And only recently have they actually started to seriously look into all of this evidence that Mike has been collecting over the years. So, yeah. So this guy was free for this whole time. Okay. Where did Gary Oliva... Optical illusion. Optical illusion. There's something we're not seeing clearly. Okay, what is it that we're not seeing clearly? Man-made disaster. Outer space. I'm going to pull some tarot clarifiers about that. Can I have a clarifier for avoidable man-made disaster and outer space, please? The Magician, upright. Turning visions into reality. So he was watching this little girl from the outside for a long time. This is making me feel that there was a lot of opportunities, perhaps, to catch this guy hanging around too often, but people just weren't seeing clearly. Yeah. Affluent, upper class. Jonbenet's family was an upper class, wealthy family, and they're boarding a plane. The plan was for the family on Boxing Day was to board a plane to Michigan, their private little jet, to spend the rest of the holidays with family. And they never got on that plane that morning because of what happened to Jonbenet. Plot twist. Yep, I'd say so. Okay. Oh. Corruption. I'm just looking at this, handing the key over. Like, I'm wondering if, was he like a handyman or something? I don't know why I'm... Okay, can I have a clarifier for the corruption card? Oh, what? Handing the key over. Secret trip. Oh, I don't... Okay, this is what I'm kind of sensing. I'm kind of sensing that plot twist, corruption, hotel, motel, secret trip. And then the corruption and the hotel, motel card, it's very similar images. Here, I'll drop this. With the key exchanging hands. I don't know why I'm getting that he had a key to the house, or he knew how to get into the house. I don't know. This is weird. And then I just found cleanup. That's what he tried to do with the ransom note, is kind of like clean up what he did. Like, oh, let me do whatever I can to put this in a totally different highway or train of thought and not what it really is, you know, so I don't get caught. That's what I'm getting with the cleanup card. Because it didn't actually mean clean up the body, because he just left the body and used the ransom note to mislead everybody. Neighborhood. Yeah, he absolutely, I don't know if he was a handyman for other neighbors but I get that he is very familiar with that neighborhood. Either he's a handyman for other people in that neighborhood, or he was a handyman in the past for this house, maybe even before the Ramseys lived there. I don't know. But somebody gave him access to that area. And that's what where is that card? It's a mess here. The hotel motel card, the exchanging hands, like somebody gave him access. And I think that's what the plot twist is that somebody gave him access. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm just going to pull a couple more cards to wrap this up. We'll see what happens. Okay, can I have a couple more cards just to wrap this up? Yeah. Routine, habit, typical. He did this all the time. Not just to Jonbenet, but life insurance. Life insurance. Like, not a literal policy for money, but like I'm ensuring that nothing will happen to her. Like I do this all the time. It's a habit for me. And what I mean by that is perverted stuff is a habit to him. It's something he does all the time. And so he would, okay, how am I, like in his sick head, oh, I know exactly how to do this without killing them. In his sick mind. But it got out of hand this time because you really can't control something like that. That's his deluded brain, and that's the sickness that this man has. All right. Okay, I'm going to cut this short because I don't like being in this energy. It's really gross. Okay. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm definitely going to cut some cords after this reading. I suggest you do too. I'll see you next time. Oh, before I go, like I said, all of this is my opinion based on the cards. No more, no less.